Alright guys, this is Tim Haddon. I'm going to show you my little fish finder setup. This is my Vibe Skipjack 90 kayak. It's the first kayak I've ever had, so I went with a Vibe, which is a 9-footer, because I like to go in the river, do fly fishing, stuff like that, as well as in the lake. And smaller ones, a little bit easier to get on my car, as well as to maneuver in the river. So anyway, I want to get a fish finder. My daughter bought me a fish finder for Father's Day. She got me the Garmin Striker 4, which when I checked the reviews and all the features on it, the value was tremendous. I mean, it was under $100. She got it on sale for like $95. It has, so it has the flasher built in. It's got the GPS, split screens, 70 hertz sonar, or the chirp sonar, or the 200, or you can use them both. So it's a pretty awesome system. I was very impressed and happy she got me that for Father's Day. I was thrilled. So anyway, start with my battery. Now I ordered this battery box on Walmart. Let me open it up here. Now the battery itself, okay, I happen to have that one from a gate opener I had a while back. It's a 12 volt, 20 amp battery. So basically it sends 1 amp of power per hour. That's about 20 hours of use. I tested it with my fish finder and left it on all night, and it had been running about 15 hours, and it still had like 12.3 volts of power left. So that'll last me all day. Not a problem there. Anyway, you can see I got the battery. I put this is from one of those little floats you can get, those long floats you can buy at Walmart, and I cut one of those up so I can pad my battery. Now this wire here is an SAE connector that I purchased that had a fuse on it. So I connected it to my battery and I wired it into one of these, okay, which is a deck connector, power deck connector for boats. It comes with a male end and a female end. Okay, so basically what I did was I wired it into that, cut a hole, and put it right here. Took out my cover, and I put it right there. So now all I have to do is plug it in, the male connector, to get power, and unplug it to pull my battery out if I ever need it. Now I really will never need to get into my battery, because I also spliced a male connector for the power, the deck connector, into, this is my charger, and I connected the male on the end. So all I have to do when I want to charge it is pull the box out and then plug it in, and it charges just fine. I already tested it, works fine. So now I don't have to even get into my battery and put the clips on the battery. So that's how I did that. This here is my fish finder. Now it came, this I already had. This is for one of those Scotty mounts. And this part right here I ordered from Walmart online and picked it up at the store. It's a universal mount for Scotties. And then this part is the bracket that came with the fish finder, and it screws into the universal mount. So for me to take it in and out, I just lift it up, turn it, take it out of the Scotty, and it's off. So when I want to go, put it back in, turn it, and secure it down. Now it's good to go. Now, my battery compartment, see, I got 2 pieces of Velcro down there. This, you really can't tell too much. 2 pieces of Velcro down there, and this particular kayak has the V bottom. So I had to work out, it's 15-pound Velcro. So it sits in there and it secures very well. And you'll notice I put another deck connector right here. So I took the power cable that goes to the fish finder, and yes, I cut it up, and this is it right here. Okay, I put a male end on it so I can plug it into my battery in here, and then the other end I spliced into this connector, and then I could just plug in my fish finder into that to get power. So now let me show you how it works. And it works great. I'm very, very happy with the results. So let me put the battery, sorry with the phone, I have to hold it with one hand. Let me put the battery in, and it kind of goes like that inside. With my cable. Okay. So the battery goes in, And we secure it on the Velcro. There, now it's on the Velcro. I can take off the cover to the socket that I have wired into it, to the battery. I now take the male connector from the power cord that I cut from the fish finder and plug it. I gotta get right. There. Now you see it's plugged into the battery. And now I take a cable. It's part of the fish finder power cable, just spliced a little section. I'm gonna hook it up to my fish finder. Okay. And I think it goes like that. There we go. Yep. There. And the other end, I plug into here, which is spliced into the cable that goes in my battery. Boom. Now it's got power. Now for my transducer, since I had a V bottom, I did a lot of research, looked on videos, tons of videos. I put my transducer in there, just a little Tupperware bowl, and a lot of that duct seal that everybody's talking about. And I basically cut the Tupperware bowl at an angle at the bottom, cut the bottom out, and then cut it at an angle so it would fit in this V portion of my kayak. And then I put duct seal all around it inside, leveled the fish finder in there, put duct seal on top of the fish finder to secure it. So it's nice and secure, it's not moving. And what I do to get, in case of air bubbles and stuff, I can just, when I get to the lake or the river, I just pour some water and close it up. So now it'll have water in there and it's ready to go. And then I have it routed under here and it comes out right there. Okay, so I got one of those little rubber grommets and it comes out to here. So now let me put that into the fish finder. And let's see, let me make sure I think it goes like that. Yep. All right, so now it's all powered up. I can close this up as if I was going fishing. Close that up. Now let's power it on. Heard the beep. I'll put it on simulation because it's not going to be able to read on the transducer because I'm not in the water and I don't have any water in there. So I'll just set this up. Go to settings, system, simulator, and we'll go on. Okay, I know the transducer is not hooked up. Let's go to traditional and voila. And you'll see my battery still has 12.7 volts. That'll stay like that for 15 hours and it'll be down to 12.3 volts. Once you get to 12, you need to recharge, but not an issue with time on the lake. I'm not going to be overnight on the water. But this is an awesome fish finder. Here's the flasher. You can do the split frequency. So it has the two frequencies, the 70 and the 200. You can do one or the other, that's all you want. You can also split the screen horizontal rather than vertical. Waypoint map. If I was going somewhere. You can also do the traditional split it. You can customize it how you want it. So anyway, that is how I set up my fish finder. So basically, transducer in there in a plastic Tupperware bowl. I cut out the bottom. I cut the bottom to a V shape to where it would fit into in the bottom of the kayak, since I have a V kayak on the bottom. I put duct seal all around it to seal it on the inside and outside. Put the transducer in there, leveled it, duct sealed the transducer in. I can pour water in there and then get rid of the air bubbles when I'm fishing. I've taken it out once, it worked great. I got these deck connectors for powers. I'll put one right in there. Okay, and I put one in my battery box. And the male ends, I put a male end to the power of my fish finder. I put another male end and wired it up to go to my battery and plug it in. You saw it was working, it just came on, it's getting the battery just fine. And I put another male end, I got 3 of them, only used 2 of the plugs, I only used 2 female ends, but I'm using 3 of the males. I put a male end at the end of my charger. So when I plug it into my battery, it'll just charge it up. So when I'm out at the end of the day, I'll come here, I'll turn off that. I can disconnect and disconnect. I can unplug the power cable that I use for it. Go ahead and put that cap on. We put this over here so I can take that in. And then I come in here, I unplug it. Okay, we'll just leave that in there. I close the cap on that one. Take that out. And then just bring it inside and plug my charger into it in the wall and let it charge. Voila, that's it. I love the setup. It's going to work nice for me at least. I hope it helps some of y'all that got a new fish finders looking for different ways to install. You know, I could have ran just cables through holes and sealed up the holes and just have the cables in there, but I like the idea of being able to plug it and unplug it and take out the battery and just unplug it without having to actually take the battery out and connect to the charger and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the Garmin Striker 4. I'll post this up. Hopefully this helps some people out. It works well for me. We'll see. If you have any comments or questions, or the items that I bought and where I got them, I ordered some stuff off Walmart and I ordered some stuff off Amazon. And that was about it. Thanks. Hope you all have a great day. Stay fishing.